Hello, welcome. I'm Regina, and I'm glad you're here. This is Pilates Define, and I have blocks, yoga blocks. Everything is always optional as far as props go. It just needs to be you. And then there's dumbbells. I have a light and medium-ish, and gliders. And paper plates work amazing. Sometimes better on some services. So take care of yourself as we move. If you need a pause, take it. Like if you need a break, if you need a drink of water, don't wait for me to say it. And because I don't really cue very many breaks, let's take a big breath in. Start to check in, notice how your body's feeling. Exhale, arms can go wide. Let's do that one more time. A little bend in your knees, reach up. Arms can stretch out, and then a couple of shoulder rolls. Lift your shoulders up, roll them down your back. One more. We're going to throw some extra planks in today, so just let you know that in advance. You could always let one ear come down. We'll do a few from our hands too. If that does not feel good on your wrists, chin can come to your chest. Always work from your forearms, so elbows could be underneath your shoulders. I will probably cue it, but just in case I don't, just remember that is an option, especially if we get moving and I move you back to your hands. So, and if you turn, you'll reach up nice and tall, and then we'll round forward. So it's like you're diving into water, belly button comes in, your head releases down, and we're walking out to our first plank. So knees could bend, and you always have the option. After 3 or 4, if you started at the back of your mat, it would have made more sense. Knees come down, unlike myself, or your knees are lifted. So if your low back is tender or a little cranky, you can always work with your knees down. And right now you are on your hands, finger pads spread wide, belly buttons in. And even from here, you could bend your knees, you could come down to your forearms and work. We're not here very long. Take a breath in. Breath out, feel your shoulders glide down your back towards your hips. Hip bones reach a little bit towards your ribs, and your toes, they're spread pretty wide on the mat, just giving yourself some space. And then you'll bring your chin to your chest. We'll start to walk back. So you'll walk 4 steps. You could stay on your knees if you need to. You could roll up and then stay on your knees, or stay in cat-cow position, tabletop. Lift your shoulders, rolling back down your back. Let's do the same thing. Now that I'm at the back of the mat, that's a little more helpful. Like you're rounding forward, knees bend what you need. My feet are wider than hip distance. Walk yourself out. Belly button pulls in. 3, 4, your head comes up pretty much last. So you're untucked. Take a breath. Let's add on here. So shoulders are down your back. Can you press your heels back toward the back of the room or your mat, and then come forward a little bit like you're peering over the top of your mat. You'll press back. You're breathing. Shift forward. A couple more. Press back. Forward, one more time, and then shoulders stacked, again back over your wrist, tuck your chin towards your chest, start to walk yourself back, and then roll yourself up. We have one more, inhale, reach up. Option to take your heels together, toes apart. Add a little more balance to this. Lift your heels up slightly. Your abdominals are pulled in. If you do not feel it is going to throw you off your balance, if you don't like it, go back to feet parallel and wider. Chin comes to your chest. You're rounding up and over. So it's a little slower possibly to keep your balance. Chins, now you're looking at your thighs most likely, and then you'll walk yourself out. 1, 2, you can unheel your feet so your feet can come back to hip distance apart. Wider if, again, your low back is a little cranky. Now we're gonna go to our forearms. So if you want, you can work from your knees. You're gonna forearm, hand, and then we'll switch that up. Otherwise, you're on your toes. So let's just say right forearm, left, right hand, left forearm. So if this doesn't feel good on your wrists at all, you're coming back to your forearm plank, and you can do those heel presses again, or some little hip lifts. You have a few more. You're breathing, letting your body warm up. Belly button's pulled into your spine. Last round. If this leaves you uneven, you can always add on. Hands can come back down. Bend your knees. Knees go wide, big toes together. Hips press back, child's pose. If knees wide, big toes together doesn't feel good, you can take your legs parallel. Take a breath in. Now I want you to reach your palms away. Pull your hips back so get that length through your torso as you breathe out. It's like you're trying to stretch long through your upper body, and as you pull your hips back, you're getting that little length at your low back. Your head literally could rest down on the floor, and then let your shoulders relax. And come back forward. and let's flip around. Let's set up for the 100. So we'll roll down slow. If you ever need to not roll down slow, you're just gonna roll down. You can always roll to one side and come down. No dumbbells yet. If you have a cranky neck, that block could always rest underneath your head. So here we go. Roll down, feet are on the floor. Just giving this a go. If it doesn't feel good, you're rolling to one side, and we're slowly coming down to your mat. Head can come down, arms reach up, legs are tabletop. You'll bring your chin to your chest unless your head's on your block, arms are in line with your hips, legs can extend out on the diagonal, glue your heels together. You could do that with bent legs. Then you start to pump your arms, and it's a breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're pumping from your back. You're breathing in for 5 counts-ish. You're breathing out for 5 counts. And you're still going. Breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. You're still pumping from your back, and your legs can stay up higher. You can angle them down more, but you should feel strong and stable through your core. So belly button's in, ribs are knit down. You have that little lift up from below your belly button. Let's do one more set. Breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Calm the pumping. Can you lift your shoulders a tiny bit higher? Bend your knees in, rest your head, rock your hips out. You can and then heels together, toes apart. You're in the Pilates V with your knees bent. Hands can go behind your head. Elbows are wide. We'll lift and lower your shoulders, more that traditional style crunch. As you lift, think about your ribs sliding down towards your belly button. Elbows are wide. You could have one arm across your chest if you have a cranky shoulder. You have 4. We're going to add a twist. Can you press your heels together just a tiny bit more? Let's twist just to the right. So left armpit to your right knee, and then you'll unwind. You're rotating over from your ribs. Your left elbow's following. If anything, you could reach your right elbow closer to the mat or the floor. You have 4 more of these. Breathe out on that twist. We're going to keep your shoulder blades off the mat. 2 more. We'll switch directions after this one. Twist to the left. Rotate, center. And again, my right elbow wants to lead. You're moving from your ribs. Your right obliques are trying to lift you up and over. Your left obliques are helping. Heels are still glued together. You have 4 more. Belly button's in. 3 more. 2 more times. 1 more, shoulders come back to the middle, and then rest. Head comes down, rock your hips out. We have double leg stretch. Heels are together, or legs are parallel. Arms are down beside you. So inhale, or they're at your shins. We'll inhale, lengthen out, and you could go more straight to the ceiling, or you could angle yourself out more. Now we're going to sweep our arms around today, traditional double leg stretch. Hug your knees in as a tight little ball. You'll inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep around, hug everything in. So let's say that sweep, it does not feel amazing on your shoulders. You can reach out and then come right back in. Also, your head could be on that block, or you could lower your head down to the mat if you need a little break for your neck. Otherwise, you have 4 more. Inhale, reach. Your legs are glued together. So from your ankles and heels to your inner thighs, everything's nice and pulled toward each other. Last one, and then rest your head, shoulders come down, you can rock your hips out. Legs stretch up to the ceiling. Let's go for a single leg stretch. Chest lifts again, so chin slightly toward your chest. Right leg pulls in for 2, left leg reaches away. So this could be a smaller reach away. You don't have to go far with that opposite leg. You pull in, exhale, exhale, and switch. My feet are flexed, so I can get that little more stretch in my hamstrings. You could also work with a pointed toe. Pointed toes. We have a pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. You have 1 more set, and then as you pull, you're still pulling from your back, and then legs to the ceiling, head comes down, and then you're gonna reach your left leg away. So you could stay more parallel, you could go just to like a little bit of a angle, or you can hover your left foot off the mat. You're lifting your shoulders back up, hands behind your head. Lift up and down. So shoulders lift and lower. We've been here in a couple variations already. Belly button pulls in. You have 4 and 3. We'll switch legs. And 2, 1. So your legs will switch. Remember, legs could stay both to the ceiling and parallel. Knit your ribs down to lift you up. Lift and lower. You have 4 more. Here's 3. And 2. You have another switch. And here we go. Right leg's lifted, left leg's away. And you have 4, let's do 5, 4. Breathe out on that lift. 2 more, elbows stay wide, and switch your legs. You have 7, lift, lower, lift, knit your ribs down towards your belly button. Legs are strong, so you're squeezing from your glutes to your heels. 2 more, last one, and then bend your knees, rest your head. We have bicycles, and then we're out of this position. So shoulders lift up off your mat, one knee hugs in, and you reach your other heel away. Feet could be on the mat, knees bent, and you could work that twist as a different option, and then you choose your pace. You could go fast, you could go slow. Can you still squeeze though from your glutes to your heel? And then you're rotating from your obliques. You have 5, 4, 3, belly buttons in, 2, knit your ribs down, 1 more set, and you did it. Stretch it out, hug it in, take a breath, and then we're rolling up. So you could rock and roll up, you could roll to one side up, otherwise you're gonna stretch your legs out, hands could go to the ceiling. First, just press your shoulders down into your mat. Feel that as you open up through the front of your chest. My legs are straight, my feet are flexed, belly buttons in, you're still squeezing your glutes. You're gonna bring your chin to your chest, and you're rolling yourself up, and your spine stretch forward. So you're rolling, well, it's a roll up, but you're rolling forward. Now you're in spine stretch forward. We're gonna come up to tall. Let's do 2 more of those. So find your best posture, chin to your chest, exhale, round forward, and then you're rolling back up. So if your low back was against a wall, it's staying there. Take a breath in, shoulders down your back, you round up and over, belly button, and your ribs pull to the back of the room or behind you, and then you're rolling back up, vertebra by vertebra, and then arms come down. Nice work. Let's flip around, and let's do some push-ups. So hands will go wide, traditional push-ups, shoulders are down your back, belly button's in. You could bird dog, one arm, opposite leg. Your core is staying strong. You're not letting your belly dump. You let the bird dog be hard like a push-up. Here we go. Knees could walk back, or you could be on your toes. Elbows bend, you press straight up. Elbows bend, so your feet could be wider than your hips. You could have them more narrow. Knees could be down, heels could be to your bum, or your toes could be on the mat. Here you're breathing. Breathe out as you press up. You have 5 more. Here's 4. Keep going. Use your breath, especially as it gets more hard. Back of your ears to the ceiling, and then rest. Knees can come down. I like to bend my elbows, pull my hips back, get that length through the back of my shoulders, a little bit into my triceps. Take a good breath, and a good breath out. Hips are pulled back, so find some length again, and then come back forward. So we have 1 round of tricep push-ups. Same bird dog option. Hands are gonna fingers face forward. Arms are close to your body. You're walking your knees out, and you'll lower, so you're nice long, just like you would be in a plank. Elbows will bend, and then you straighten your arms. Elbows bend. So your elbows are reaching for your hips. Still have the option to work from your toes. This is not most likely as low of a move, because as you hug your elbows in, you have less space to lower and lift. So let's do 3 more. We'll stay low and pulse in 2. 1 more option to go to your knees. You're going down an inch, up an inch. Heels pull to your bum. Belly button is in. Keep it small. Breathe out on that press up. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then press yourself up and back. Take a breath. Breath out, move your head a little side to side, come back forward. You're finding your forearm plank. Elbows underneath your shoulders. You'll walk your knees back, and you can work from there. You just go from hips lifted to a nice long line. Palms could be together, hands could be on the floor, and then you have the option to lift your knees up. So breathe. Take a breath in. Breath out. Think about your hip bones still reaching for your ribs. Heels are pressing back, which we did those heel presses earlier. So I'm gonna have you do heel presses for a few rounds, forward and back, get that little stretch to the back of your legs. Now you can stay with this variation, otherwise we'll lift our right foot just a little bit off the mat. So right foot's lifted, you're gonna point your toes, you press your left heel back, you come back forward, so both feet could be down. You have 1 more of those. You'll come back, your left heel stacked on top of the ball of your foot, right foot comes down, left leg lifts, point your left toes. So notice your hips are not rocking, they haven't lifted, you haven't went to pike. If they have, go back to both feet on the floor. You have 1 more. Foot comes down, you hold. Knees or toes. 8, 7, 6. Shoulders are down your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And knees come down. Rest. You can either stretch it out on your belly, take a little extension, or take a child's pose. Or sit on your shins. Let's do some side sit-ups. No, not side sit-ups. Let's do some side planks. So you'll press yourself up. So on your side, we'll go left forearm down, and you're walking your left leg back, so you're nice long line here. You have an option, shoulders down your back. You could stack or stagger your feet as well, and then top hand can be at your hip or arms lifted. So shoulder to shoulder, you're parallel, same with the floor. We're gonna lower our hips and lift. You're going down, you're lifting up. You're pressing out of your bottom forearm, and your shoulder blade on your back, especially the bottom one, is reaching for your hips, so you're staying engaged, so you're back. You have 3 more. Breathe out on that lift. 2. Hold this one up, little pulses. Tiny lift, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, stay. And then you're gonna come all the way down. So we'll do a side push-up here. So your knees will bend in a bit, and I'm pressing my thighs into the floor. You'll lie down. Take care of your body here. You're going to take your bottom arm, wrap it around your waist. Top hand, fingers face the top of your mat. Your hand's pretty close to your body. So mine's almost lined up with my tricep. It's above my elbow. And then you're rolling, exaggerate that, you're rolling your shoulders down your back. So belly button is in, thighs are pressing into the floor. You're gonna press into your hand and you're lifting up. This could look different. So maybe you come up like an inch, come back down. Maybe you can press straighter. It just depends on mobility and strength, how you're feeling today. You're breathing out as you press up. Let's do a few more. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Last one. Press your thighs down. I'm wanting to lift mine. And then you're done with that. So you're going to flip around to the other side. You can either flip around on your mat or just turn your body around. And we'll set up side plank first. So shoulders down your back. You have your, we could enter in a different way. Your bottom leg, though, you have length if your knee's down. Top leg could be lifted. You're going to stack or stagger your feet as well as options. Top arm lifts up. We're going to lower our hips. Let's lift our hips. So bottom forearm presses down. Your shoulders in line with your elbow, and your shoulder blades are still pulling gently towards your back. Well, they're on your back, towards your spine. Let's do 4 more. Lift. Then we get to pulse. 3. 2 more times. 1 more. Stay lifted. Little lift. Lift. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Nice work. Don't go too far away. Let's set up for those push-up, or the side push-ups on this side. So knees are in line-ish with your hips. You'll bring yourself down. Bottom arm stretches out, and then you're wrapping your arm around your waist. Top hand is near your tricep, right above your elbow. Fingers are facing now the other end of your mat. Roll your shoulders down your back. I'm serious about that part. Belly button's in. Here we go. You'll breath in to prepare. Exhale, you'll lift up. So both sides could feel really different. That would be kind of normal. And you're breathing out as you press. You can still work to press your thighs down into the floor. We don't have too many more. Let's do 3 more, our best 3. So your elbow hugs in. It's not jutting out to the side. It's staying pretty much in line with your wrist and your fingers. Last one. Nice job. And then press yourself up. Good job. Let's stand up, grab your dumbbells. So we'll come up to standing. I'm going to say, play with the weight, not the width of your dumbbells. You can always change weights, put the dumbbells down. Let's lift our shoulders, roll them down your back. So you'll step your right leg back. I haven't forgot about those gliders. I almost did. So your right leg's back, left knee is in line with your ankle. Your toes are still in front of your knee. And then option, your right knee is bent a bit, and so both knees have a little bend. So you're nice and tall, so your tailbone goes straight down. I'm gonna have you hinge forward. So palms face in, we'll take a narrow row here. Exhale, elbows bend, they reach the back of the, half up the room, like almost half up the wall, and then come back down. So that way down, sometimes it's really tempting to fly, like to let your arms just fall. You're keeping control the whole time. Collarbones are reaching more forward, like over, more to the wall in front of you. You have 4 more of these. A nice little squeeze in your upper and mid back. 2 more. 1 more. You'll keep your arms bent in little pulses. 8. Shoulders, if they're trying to creep up by your ears, take your elbows more back at an angle so they stay away from your ears. You have 3, 2, 1. And then you're gonna keep your dumbbells, or I'm actually gonna put one down. I'm going to turn it so it's rotated. So shoulders are down your back. You can stay here and you could tap your right foot up. Let's just start here. You're stepping forward and back. So your left knee did not go past your toes. Your knee's still working to be in line with your ankle. You're heavy in your left foot, but your toes could wiggle. Chest is lifted. You're pressing into that dumbbell, and it's a step. You could go slower. You could go faster. Take a good breath in. Breath out. So your right leg's moving, but the majority of the work's in your left side. So hug your left hip under. You have 8, 7, 6. We have a change in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're stepping back again. If you need to come out of it and tap out your hip or anything, you can. Hinge back forward. Now you're going to go more in line. Your back is more in line with the floor. You can either stay on your tiptoes, you're going to lift your right leg up, and you're going to tap your toes down. So we'll add to this, but lift your right leg up, tap down. 2 more. Exhale, lift, tap down. I still have the one dumbbell. You can put it down. You're going to lift, tap down. Now press into your left foot. Let's come all the way up. We'll put the hinge with the lift together. So shoulders are down your back. You're on the ball of your foot. If you needed to, you could hinge forward, stay on the ball of your right foot, and hinge back right up. This is a great choice. Hips go back. Your knees are both a little bent, especially your back knee. Otherwise, you're lifting your back leg as your chest comes forward. You're standing back up. So our pace might start to be different. That's totally fine. There's a lot of balance happening. Your left toes could wiggle, or your bottom foot could wiggle. Your toes on your bottom foot could wiggle. Let's do a few more. You're breathing. Still hugging your left hip under, right inner thighs working to go to the ceiling. One more time. And then you're pressing all the way up. We have one more add-on, and it's just an option. Shoulders down your back. So you're still on the ball of your right foot. You could do this add-on. Let's keep our back foot down. So you're hinged forward. You're going to twist to the left. You untwist. So you twisted from your shoulders. Do that again. Twist to the left. Hips didn't move. You untwist. Let's do that one more time. Let's go for 3. Twist. So notice your ribs turned. Your chest is a little more to the left. You're coming back to the center. And then you're going to stand back up, okay? So that's an option. You can stay there. Otherwise, we're going to hinge. Right foot could stay down or is lifted. You twist. You untwist. Foot comes down, chest lifts back up. We hinge forward. You rotate. You unrotate. Press down and lift up. You have 4 more. Squeeze the dumbbell if you're holding it. Your hands could be on blocks instead, or you could have your hands near a wall to support you. You're putting the dumbbell down if it's too much balance and you want to do the leg lift and the twist. Make good choices for your body today. You have 1 more. You'll hinge. We twist. We untwist and we stand all the way up. And nice work. And you're going to tap that hip out. You could tap out your other side. So I lifted my right leg, but my left leg was the working leg. You're going to grab both dumbbells again. And we're switching sides. So now your right foot's forward, shoulders are down your back, belly button's in, and you're on the ball of your left foot. A little bend in both your knees, especially your back knee. We'll hinge forward. Let's go for a reverse arm grip. So palms will face forward. If that doesn't feel good, go back to that narrow grip. Elbows bend, you come back down. So same angle here. Elbows are reaching up and back. Your shoulders are not creeping up by your ears. You have a little bend in your right knee at least. Your knee is still behind your toes. You're light-ish on the ball of your left foot. And readjust if you need to readjust. Breathe out as you bend your elbows. Exhale on that lift. And then you're squeezing again right between your shoulder blades together. Core stays strong. Knit your ribs down towards your belly button. You have that little lift from below your belly button and then up. A lot going around. A lot going on. Here's 5. We pulse in 4 and 3. If you need to stand because your balance is struggling, stand and then restart. One more time. Keep your elbows bent. Let's pulse it here. So notice my shoulders want to creep up to my ears. You're not letting yours. You're keeping your elbows going back at that angle. You have 5, 4, 3, you were breathing the whole time. 2, 1, arms come down. Nice work. Okay, 1 dumbbell or both, shoulders are down your back. We hinge forward with those taps. So you're stepping your left foot back, you're tapping forward. So your right hip might want to rock out, right? Your legs are already a bit tired. Your right toes could wiggle. Your right knee has that little bend. You can tap slower or quicker. You don't have to stay at my pace. If you have some music going, you could tap with the beat of the music as long as you still have that control. Keep breathing. Knit your ribs down so your low back is strong because your abdominals are engaged on the front side. Right hip keeps hugging in. It's keeping you stable around your hips. You're not rocking through your hips. You shouldn't feel like your body's going side to side. You're stepping forward and back. You have 8, 7, 6. I'm feeling my thighs. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. You step back. We come all the way up. Now I'm going to hinge. I'm actually stepping forward, putting 1 dumbbell down so we can even ourselves back out. Left foot comes back. You're on the ball of your foot. I'm flipping my dumbbell. Shoulders are down my back. So here we go. Let's hinge forward, and then we're going to come right back up. So right hip hugs under. Abdominals stay engaged. You hinge. You lift back up. We'll hinge again. Hips stay back. So from your you have a hinge at your hips. Get used to that. Notice at the bottom, bend in your right knee. Your back knee shows a little bend. It might bend a little bit more when you stand up. Okay, so we're going to come forward. We're going to stay forward. We're going to take that twist. So you're rotating towards your front knee, and then you unwind. We'll do that again. 3 times total. You twist. So my back foot's down. You untwist. We twist again. And then you untwist. So we're going to add on to that. You'll hinge forward. You'll twist. You untwist. You come back up. My back toes are still down. If you know that you want to start lifting your leg up because you've done this before, just go for it. Otherwise, hips hinge back. Get that feeling. Your right toes could wiggle. You add that twist from your obliques, from your waistline. Come back up. So your hips do not rock when you're hinging. Or when you twist. Come back. Okay. So if you need to get rid of that twist, you are. 2 more. We're going to add our back leg lift as an option. One side may feel more stable than the other. Make any adjustments you need to. You're in charge. Here we go. So shoulders are down your back. Left leg is back. We hinge forward. Option to lift your left leg up. And then let's just start there. And then foot comes back down. We'll do that again. Left leg lifts. And then lower back down. So inner left thigh goes to the ceiling. I'm working really hard to pull my right hip back, even though my right hip is like, I'm tired. Here we go. Let's add the optional twist. Remember, you're in charge of your pace. Hinge forward. Whew. Twist a little bit. Unwind. Come back up. You might have a bigger twist than me. Hinge forward again. Little bend in your front knee still. You rotate. You unwind. You lift back up. Keep going. So you're on your pace, so you can keep that movement. Tap down early if you need to tap down. Let's go for 4 more. Our best 4. Shoulders are down your back. Core is still engaged. All the points that need to work together in our body to make something happen. Pretty awesome. Rotate, unwind. Let's do one more just because we can. Let's go forward, inner left thigh to the ceiling. Make it the best one. Twist. Keep your control. Unwind. Lift all the way up. Awesome job. Do some hip taps. More than shoulder rolls. Grab your dumbbell. Let's do 1 round. So we did a little back. Let's do a tiny bit of front body work. So, and shoulders. So palms, let's take them forward. I'll do a shoulder press to start. So let's do 5. Exhale up and rebend. So elbows just lift up and lower. You could work 1 arm at a time. So your elbows go out wide. Your back is not rocking, right? So there's no forward and back, side to side. 2 more. 1 more time. Elbows bend. So let's do French doors. Elbows bend toward each other, they go wide. So same thing, elbows bend, you go wide. Let's do 4 more. So you're working a little bit of chest and back. So as you hug your elbows in, chest and biceps too. And then as you bring your elbows wide, you're pulling your shoulder blades towards your back, towards your spine. I keep saying that today. 3 more. You're breathing, 2 more. Breathe out as you hug in. 1 more time. You're keeping your elbows so you're at like 11 o'clock. We have little pulses. You're almost there. So you could work 1 arm at a time. We're going there in a moment. Otherwise, it's a double pulse. So shoulders are stacked over your hips. You have a micro bend in your knees. You're almost, we'll switch to alternating in 3, 2, 1. Tiny lift, release. So tiny is good. Breathe out on that lift. Shoulders are in line-ish with your elbows. You could take this lower. If you need to give your neck a break, you're going to bring your arms down. You have 4, 4, 3. I'm speeding you up. 2 more sets. 1 more set. Hold, hold, hold. And then arms come down. Nice work. And then give your shoulders a little shimmy. Maybe move your head a little side to side. Okay, we're going to lower down for a bridge, and we'll do a hex press and a tricep move. So your arms will be extended out. You'll bend your elbows out and you come in. So from lying down, and then the tricep move is the extensions. Elbows bend. Actually, it's going to be, you're bending your elbows, but they're going to come toward your forehead, and then you'll re-extend, and it should make sense when you get there. So let's lower ourselves down, bend down, put your weights down, and then come down to your bum. Before we do that, flip around, grab those gliders. You're going to roll up your mat if you don't have space, otherwise you're just moving somewhere else in your space. Or your paper plates, both are awesome. And you can hover, right? Which puts you in that plank position with bent knees. So hands could be higher up with your mat. You could have your forearms on blocks if your wrists are cranky. Roll your shoulders down your back, belly buttons in. Your hip bones are to your ribs a bit. And shoulders are away from your ears. So one knee can lift, and then you can switch. Otherwise, both knees are hovering. Now maybe you press your right leg back. You're going to bring your right knee in. You're going slow. Left leg goes back. You bring your knee back in. So you're ending up with your knee right underneath your hip. It's almost like a 3-legged plank. Knee comes in, press back. Knee comes in. Still breathing. Shoulders are down your back. Reach away. Knee comes in. So if this is super easy, you're going to take your knees closer to the mat. Keep them really close, or to the floor. You could take them higher if you need to give yourself a little bit of release of tension. Let's do 1 more on each side after this one. You've got this. 1 more. Way to go. Knees come down. Rest. Give your wrists some rolls. So we have 1 more set. You could stay with the hover, or we'll mountain climb. 1 leg in and out. 1 knee could stay down. You could do like 8 to 10 and then switch legs. Shoulders down your back. Belly buttons in. Take a big breath in. Tell yourself you've got this. Modify if you need to modify. You're making good choices for your body today. Here we go. Let's do this. You're choosing your pace. Again, you could go fast. You could go slow. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And knees come down. Nice work. Way to go. And then open your mat back up. Those were awesome. And your heart rate should be up a little bit, which is awesome. And then before you lie down, have a seat. So let's do saw. You're going to take your feet mat distance apart. Shoulders are down your back. Arms will go wide. Actually, maybe take your hands behind your head. If you have a cranky shoulder, hands can go across your chest. So it's a different variation of saw. So I'm not setting you up for not knowing what you're doing. You'll twist to the right. So now your collarbones are more in the direction of your right foot. You could have your knees bent if you need to. You'll bring your left elbow. Here's the change. Left elbow's reaching for your left thigh. So you're getting an opening, hopefully a little bit through your right ribs. You're keeping the twist. Come back up. Now you're turning your torso more so. You're less twisted. Your collarbones are more in line with your toes. You round up and over. You round up. You still have that little twist to the right. You unwind. So let's twist to the left. More exaggerated to start. Right elbow comes toward your right thigh. So you're leaning to the right, you lift back up. Maybe you twist a little bit more to the left, you round up and over. So belly button's in, ribs are going to the back of your space, and you're rounding through your spine. You're keeping that rotation, rounding, rolling back up. Come back to the center. Let's do one more set. Twist to the right, left elbow towards your left thigh. Inhale, lift up. Keep that. Can you squeeze your glutes a little extra? Chin, you're still angled to the right. You round forward. Your ribs are going to the back of the room as you round through your spine. Squeeze both your glutes and then roll back up. You have one more time, one more side. So twist to the left, right elbow to your right thigh. You'll lift back up. Twist a little more to the left. Chin towards your chest. You're rounding through your spine again. So you're not twist in the forward fold. Squeeze your glutes, roll yourself back up. So your legs are strong from your heels to your glutes. Unwind, and then arms come down. And that's like my favorite, one of my favorite saw variations. Okay, let's roll down. You can roll down to one side, however you want. Otherwise, let's go slow. So knees can be bent, legs can be stretched out. Have blocks if you want your feet on your blocks. You do want your dumbbells for those hex presses and your triceps. These are our last exercises of this class. So you're gonna roll down. And then once you're down, if you want your feet, if you want extra glute work, you're putting your feet on your blocks. If you don't want that extra glute work, you could put a block underneath your low back where your butt loops would be, or no blocks at all. So grab your dumbbells. You'll extend your arms to the ceiling. You could do this with no dumbbells. Let's lift our hips, test it up. Make sure your low back feels good. You have some space. There's no little kink. If there is, lower your hips back down. Readjust your feet or your blocks. They're hip width most likely. And then press your shoulders down into the mat. You might even tuck them a little bit underneath. So elbows will bend. You're taking that hex press. Your dumbbells come down to your chest. Your elbows are wide. You press back up. You're squeezing your dumbbell ends together. We're going to add some hip movement. So when you bend your elbows, you lower your hips. Your hips could stay down the whole time, or you lift back up. So if this is too much effort at this point of class, you're going to keep your hips down on the blocks. You could just do the arm movement. You could put the dumbbells down. You could keep your hips up the whole time and then bend and extend. The back of your skull presses into the floor. You are squeezing those dumbbell ends together. You're still squeezing your glutes a bit. And you're breathing into your chest and back so you can keep your abdominals, your powerhouse engaged. You have 4 more. Squeeze the blocks together. So you're working your chest. 3 more. 2 more times. You'll stay with your arms at the top. We'll add that tricep kick back, or the tricep extension, or skull crusher, but you're not touching your head. So elbows will bend when you lower your hips. Your oh my goodness, blocks, the dumbbells are coming close to your head. And then you're gonna lift your hips back up, re-extend your arms. So your elbows are like glued in space right where they're at. Your upper arms aren't really moving. Only your forearms move with your hands. And then you lift, extend your hips to the ceiling, extend your arms to the ceiling. Breathe out on that lift. We're slow and controlled. You could use 1 dumbbell. You could use no dumbbells. You are paying attention to what you're doing. You have 5 more. So if you have 1 dumbbell, you're squeezing the ends of the dumbbell. 3 more times. Exhale on that lift. 2 more. 1 more time. You'll stay lifted. Press your shoulders down. You could put your arms down, put the dumbbells down, lower your hips like 2 inches. You're going to go down 1 inch, lift 1 inch. Option to lift your toes up so you're on your heels, or keep your feet down. You're pressing into both sides of your heels though, and you're squeezing your glutes. You have 8. This is it. 7. We stretch in 6 and 5. 4 more. Best 3. 2 more times. Hold this one up. Bend your elbows, dumbbells come down. You could lower your hips down first if you needed to, and then slowly lower your hips down. Good work. So stretch it out, full body stretch. Take your legs out a little wider. If you have your blocks, they could line up right underneath your knees, which would be kind of nice. If not, just scoot them out of the way, and then hug your knees in wide. So they're not tight little ball yet. You're giving your low back some space. Hands could be on your shins or your knees. You could clasp your fingers together. Let your hips rock a little side to side. Let your low spine release. Take another breath. And then from there, let's take figure 4. So right foot flexes, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Left foot could stay on the floor. It could go on your block, or you could hug your leg in. Your hands could go underneath your thigh or over your shin. You're going to stay here for a breath or 2. Eyes could shut down. You want to slow your breath down to slow everything down. And then we'll switch sides. Flex your left foot, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Take a moment, acknowledge you're showing up. Celebrate what your body's able to do. We did a lot of balance with twists today. Take another breath in, plus all those good old planks. And then unwind, give yourself a squeeze. You could windshield wiper your knees. Knees or feet are wide, and then rock your knees to one side. Otherwise, knees are hugged in, rock them both to the left. If you have that block or the dumbbell, you could put your thigh, like let your legs rest there. Shoulders shimming to the right, left, chin to the right, if that's okay on your neck. Take a big breath into your right side body. Good breath out. You'll come back, you're gonna go the other side. Legs you can readjust your hips. They might need to be recentered. Knees can hug in, rock to the right. And then shoulders shimmy to the right, chin to the left. Arms could be bent like cactus arms. You could stretch them out wide. You could put your right hand on your thigh and gently like you're gently pulling your thigh a little bit more to the right. Take another breath. You'll unwind. And then full body stretch, or just let your body be still for a moment. If you're up for it, what's a couple things you're grateful for? And then we'll roll to one side. Knees could be bent, eyes could still be shut down. They could be opened. And then you'll sit up for a comfortable seat for a forward fold. I'm going to cross my legs, and then we'll walk ourselves out. So you could have straight legs, whatever feels better. Give yourself some space here. Sometimes it feels nice to have the block handy because it brings the floor up closer to you. Take a good breath in. Lengthen through your back. So you're long through your spine. Chest will lift away from the floor. And then as you exhale, let your body just soften. You have 2 breaths here. Big breath in. Big breath out. If there's still any tension lingering that you don't need to carry with you for the rest of your day, just can you take a breath in? Let it go with the exhale. And then you'll roll yourself up and you'll give yourself a hand. Way to go. Thanks so much for joining me, and awesome work. I will see you soon.